Ladies, I think I've found the game changer for a very, very big problem. I guess every one of you knows this following problem. You would like to take a silicone stamp or a rubber stamp, such cling stamps or whatever, a stamp, and you want to put that to your acrylic block and you want to stamp. Then you take your ink pad and put the ink on top, and in the moment when you turn this around, the stamp comes off from the acrylic block because it's not sticky anymore. And there are so many solutions on YouTube, in the internet, wherever, where the people suggest some things. For example, putting glue on top of the back here of the stamp or whatever, cleaning that with special cleaners, or yeah, you know, all of these little tips and tricks that the people tell you. And of course, those will work, but I think I found the most easiest and most amazing solution for this problem. Okay, so first of all, why do I not want to use glue stick or something like that on my stamp? So I guess if I take, I haven't tried that out because I was too afraid to do that. But if I take a normal glue stick and I put that here, the stamp is flexible. And when the glue has dried here and I bend my stamp like this, I guess the glue will come off and I will have these little tiny pieces from the glue everywhere over my project. And with the time, I guess that this surface, even if the glue stick glue will stay here, it will get non-sticky as well with the time. So I have really big problems with this solution. Also, I'm afraid to get too much glue to the edges of the stamp. You know that when you want to glue some fuzzy cut images, for example, and you go over this with your glue stick, and the glue stick comes to the edge of the stamp or the image that you want to glue, then you sometimes have this little thicker areas of glue here, or yeah, you know, like little worms on the edge. I don't know how to explain that. I think you know what I mean. There are other people who are suggesting this kind of glue. This is this Tombow glue, and this has this side here. So here it comes out in a little bit, some kind of a thicker stripe to your surface, and some people recommend to use this glue to put that on the back of your stamp and let that dry, and then it will stick again. But my argument is the same as with the glue stick. I guess with the time this gets ugly, it perhaps falls off and that stuff. So now the solution, my solution, I'm so excited. This is so cool because I have watched a video from my friend Jutta from Funkelkram. That's a German YouTube channel. I have made this 5-item swap with Jutta a few days ago or weeks ago. Perhaps you have seen her video as well, and perhaps you know her. She has a German YouTube channel and an online shop as well. And she has made some cards in her video that she has published today when I'm recording this. And I saw her video, and she said she would recommend to put some double-sided tape to the acrylic block and then put the stamp on top. And when she said that, double-sided tape, I was like, ooh, double-sided tape. Okay, so we are going to make the acrylic block sticky instead of making the stamp itself sticky. I mean, when I put this non-sticky stamp into my stamp storage, that would be no problem. And when this is sticky and I can perhaps remove the double-sided tape and then use another one when this sticks, when this doesn't stick anymore, that would be not the problem. But I have many of these cling stamps where you have two pieces of the stamp. I mean, you have this rubber piece of the stamp and you have this foam material. Jutta is mainly using those silicone stamps that are only one layer, so her idea with the double-sided tape would be absolutely no problem for her kind of stamps. I've talked with her a second ago and she said she has only those stamps, so that would be no problem. But I thought with these stamps it could be a problem with the double-sided tape, because when the double-sided tape is too sticky, then it could happen that these both layers here will fall apart from each other. I mean, this is a Tim Holtz stamp, so that would probably not happen. This is this is a good quality and this is really sturdy. It sticks really sturdy to each other. But with cheaper cling stamps, it could happen that the foam comes off from the rubber part. So when I heard her solution by putting the double-sided tape, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to tell you that. Oh, I nearly can't speak, sorry. When I heard this solution with the double-sided tape, I thought, why not using this sticky mat from my plotter? I have the Cameo Silhouette plotter. I guess that would work with nearly any plotter mat that you know. So this is this piece that normally is used to put into your plotter. And then, I mean, you take this protection thing here off, and then you would take your piece of paper, I'm taking this for demonstration, you would stick that here, and then you would put it into your plotter, and the plotter is cutting out on this mat what you have set him to cut out. So you have a file on your computer and the plotter is automatically cutting out everything. That's the normal use for this kind of mat. But this is sticky, as you can see. So the paper sticks on here. So why not trying to use this kind of mat for our stamp problem? So I will now take approximately the size of my acrylic block. Ooh, that's very good because I can use these lines here. And then I will take my scissors and I will just cut that off. I'm trying to get that really straight. And these mats are relatively cheap. I mean, this is a piece that you use for your plotter, and when it's not sticky anymore, you can buy a new one, or there are also methods to make this thing sticky when it doesn't stick anymore. There is this non-permanent spray glue that you can put on here. There are different tutorials on YouTube how you can get this mat sticky again, but I guess it's better to put that stickiness to the piece where we put the stamp on, and not putting the stickiness to the stamp itself. So that's my idea behind this. So I'm just cutting this here off as well. And you can, as you can see, get many pieces that are sticky out of this one mat. So here I have two at the same time, and you can see here's much material left over. By the way, I will link those mats down below in the description box so that you can check that out. If you don't know where to buy these plotter mats, then you can find them there. The size of this is 12 by 12 inch, and here it says cutting mat. So I guess if you put that into Amazon's search machine, you will also find this. These were really cheap, I guess. I think this is the brand if you want to check that out, but I will also link them down below for you in the description box. So now we have this piece, and come off. And now, of course, I could take some double-sided tape and put this here to my acrylic block so that the surface of the acrylic block is sticky. But I found out that I also can use only this and don't have to glue that here to my acrylic block. So I want to demonstrate that. So I have different papers here to demonstrate how that works or if it works. This is some tea-dyed paper, so this is a little bit wavy, so I want to try out if I can stamp on a not so regular surface. I mean, that's not so flat. So this stamp on my acrylic block, it doesn't stick anymore. As you can see, when I put that here, it falls off. So let's try that here. Let's place that here. As you can see, it doesn't come off. And then let's put some ink here to the stamp, not to the paper, Louise. And perhaps you are asking why I'm not using only the stamp. I mean, this is now relatively sturdy, as you can see. I can't bend the stamp like I could bend it if I have only the stamp in my hand. And this is really, really handy at the same time. And now I can rub over this surface. And of course, you could also this way stamp only parts of the stamp by just pressing here and there. Then you would not get the whole stamp stamped. And now you can see I have the clearest result. I am so amazed about this. And as you can see, you can remove that relatively easy. It's really cool. Let's try it with this stamp here. This is a cling stamp by Tim Holtz. I've bought that a few weeks ago, and when I put that here, I can already see it will not stick. I mean, now it sticks, but yeah, now it sticks. But please believe me, sometimes I put that here, and then, as you can see, it falls off. It's really, really strange. And this also works, of course. We can place that here, and we can also use those lines as a help for stamping. If we want to have the stamp in a special place, then just use those guidelines on the mat. Okay, so let's try that out. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I think I've just moved the stamp, but let's see. And this is cool. You can also reach the edges of this by rubbing here. As you can see, the plate goes a little bit down and the edge goes down as well, so that you can reach everything that you want to stamp here. And as you can see, this is a perfect stamp. I'm so amazed by this idea, I can't tell you. Let's try that on a really irregular surface like this piece of wrapping paper. So these are several layers, as you can see. I would like to do this really extremely so that I can show you that this works everywhere on every surface. Imagine that this is a journal or a signature of your journal. There you will never have a flat surface to stamp. So it's always a problem to stamp, or for me it's a problem, to stamp on one of my pages in a signature or in a journal when this surface is not so flat like here. And you have some embellishments on the next page, then you could get some problems with stamping. But I guess here, even if there are multiple layers underneath, it's no problem, I guess. And I'm right. Okay, so you have to be careful because, of course, the mat sticks to your paper as well, but you can remove that really easy, and you can see this is a perfect stamp. Ha ha. Does that work on a really irregular surface as well? Let's try that. Oh my goodness, I think I will spend the day stamping on different papers with this sticky mat. And as you can see, you don't need the acrylic block. You can see through here and you can just rub over this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and that works. This is a piece of baking paper with, as you can see, some inks and that stuff, and it works as well. It works wonderfully. Okay, so let's try to remove that. That's absolutely no problem. One thing I have to mention is the following. I have realized that when I take off, especially the Tim Holtz stamps, these cling stamps, that on the mat there's a tiny bit of this black print here left over when I take it off. I don't know if my camera can catch that, Probably not. You can see the tiniest dots of black here, and I guess that comes from the print of this image here. But of course you could also protect this with something, or if it doesn't matter, then yeah, you know, it doesn't matter if there are some tiny dots here, because if this image would disappear with the time, that would be no problem. You could print it out on double-sided tape and place it here. That would be absolutely no problem. And I don't care if this is gone with the time, but I want to mention that you have to live with tiny dots here that come from this print. Okay, so I also want to try these little guys. These three are my absolutely favorite stamps. I got them in a Happy Mail. And as you can see, this is, you can press it like you want it. Now it sticks, but if you use it, that's, you can see. Sometimes it sticks one time, and then the next time you want to use it, it doesn't stick anymore. And now someone has the opinion that he wants to message me the whole time. I don't know who that is. Oh, Gary. So let's turn off this sound here. My goodness. So let's try that. Let's try that first here, perhaps, on this paper. And the cool thing is you can also put several stamps here to this thing and stamp. I mean, you could do that with an acrylic block as well, but if it doesn't stick to your acrylic block, you know. Yeah. And now I can use these stamps again. I'm so happy. I haven't used them for a while because, yeah, I had those problems that I couldn't stick them to my acrylic block anymore. And now I can use them. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Ladies, that was a very short video, but I'm so excited. I have to upload this now because I want to know what you think about this. Please, please, please let me know in the comments what you think about this idea with this plotter mat. And please tell me if you have seen that before. If yes, where? Perhaps someone else has come up with this idea, and perhaps there's a tutorial online that I can check out. I mean, this is my first idea of using this. Perhaps there are already people who have improved this technique or something like that. So please let me know if you have ever seen this before, and leave a link or whatever to a blog or YouTube tutorial or whatever. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and I hope that this can help you as well if you have the problem with your acrylic block and your stamp that's not sticking anymore. Coffee. I need coffee now. Oh my goodness. I will make a little happy dance now, and then I will upload this video, and I'm hoping that it is an idea for you as well. Thank you very much for watching. Have a very great day. Stay healthy. Stay creative. See you the next time. Bye bye.